What is up, everybody? Rob here, back with another episode of Wasting Wildcards here on Malta 5. And this week, I got something that I've been playing quite a bit of, and this is Jeskai Superfriends. So September has been a month where I've been kind of motivated to try to hit Mythic, try to actually try hard, not just dirtle around with a bunch of dumb, crappy decks and live in gold and platinum forever. So Jeskai Planeswalkers and Boros Feather are the two decks I've kind of gravitated towards as far as trying to perform well and just, you know, get some cool results. So this deck kind of plays like a control deck that can win out of nowhere thanks to Sarkhan the Masterless. So our game plan is basically play a bunch of Planeswalkers. We're running Narset, Teferi, Saheeli, Karn, Sarkhan, Teferi, Chandra, and Ugin all in this deck. And that is partially due to just the good mana that's going on in Standard right now anyway, but also because of Interplanar Beacon. This card basically lets us cast all three of our colors very easily. And not only that, it gains us life. So against aggro and in just a lot of other matchups, that incidental life gain is super relevant. Some of our supporting pieces are pretty straightforward. We got a couple Spell Pierces to protect our stuff in the early game, a couple Baffling Ends, try to get rid of some pesky vampires or elementals or just problematic creatures. We got Opts to try to smooth our draws, get the cards we need. Also, all of these play very well with Saheeli because other than just making our Planeswalkers dragons with Sarkhan and bashing in for a bunch, there is a bunch of other other ways to eke out wins. I have played Saheeli where you make artifacts, and then with Karn, you make servos, and then his Karn structs get pretty big, and you can start bashing in for a lot. So I've played games where people will kind of, you know, make me discard all my Sarkhan the Masterless, or even, what's that card? It's like the really bad standard legal surgical extraction, but people have triggered that on Sarkhan. They've done that on Chandra, on all these other win conditions, but I've just been able to eke out wins with the 1/1s. Got Shock for opposing Planeswalkers, more cheap creatures, Deafening Clarion, just to, you know, again, our deck is very much geared towards getting to the late game, so anything we have is mostly just to stay alive until that point. Some changes I would make, I could probably add some temples into my mana base. We have the red, white, and the red, blue temple in Standard right now. And since this deck is looking to get towards the late game, having some early game temples is probably pretty important and could be very good. I think I have temples too. So I don't have Temple of Epiphany yet, but I got enough Temple of Triumphs. Maybe I'll work on my mana base, start cracking some wild cards, getting those temples going. But sideboard is, let me see here. So we got Lyra for like the mono red matchup, Rakdos matchup. Just, you know, Lyra is the go-to beat mid-range, or not mid-range, beat mono red out of nowhere, settle the wreckage, kind of just more board sweepers against, it's okay against vampires just because they have Adanto Vanguards and invincibility is annoying. We got Ashiok, which is mostly for the Scape Shift matchup. The Can't Search clause is very good. And War Boss against opposing control decks. It's been the go-to sideboard slot for controls for a long time, and it still holds up. Dovin's Veto, again, for control matchups, just things where you need to counter their key cards. Best counterspell for that. Two Fries, again, opposing Planeswalkers. It's good against Grixis because it kills all the boluses. Just a very good utility card. Essence Scatter, just for creature-heavy decks when you just need to get rid of some creatures. Again, another Baffling End for the creature matchups, and a couple Alpine Moons for the Scape Shift matchup. Now, Blood Sun would be better, but I'm not convinced of wasting my very, very precious wildcards on Blood Suns when it's rotating so soon, and who knows what is going to come of Historic. I mean, wasting like this I only have 2 rare wildcards left. That would be used for 1 friggin' Blood Sun in a couple months. So yeah, not going to do that. Let's go hit the queues. So towards the upper end of Platinum. I've only been playing for a couple days now, trying to rank up. And this deck has been performing very well for me. There are a couple bad matchups, like a lot of early aggression can be hard to catch up on. Decks that run a lot of Elder spells, as you can imagine, can be a big problem. But let's see here. So a lot of times you'll lose if you just get stuck on lands because you need to hit the late game. So this, I'm leaning towards a mulligan. Yeah, I mean, if we miss our land drops or we just don't draw a 3-drop, it could get bad fast. So this is going to be a mulligan. Now this is much better. We hit all our land drops. We have a Spell Pierce for some early interaction. And then we have basically our entire really top end. So we're going to keep this. And I think they're both very good catch-up cards, but I think Ugin is potentially more powerful catch-up, as well as we have multiple Chandras in the deck. So let's try this. All right, so probably up against Esper right now. So let's start with an untapped Steam Vents. This way we can potentially counter. Nope, we are against the combo deck. The what's that dude's name? The Abzan colored legend, where you can exile stuff from your graveyard, get all kinds of wacky with it. All right, so don't want to get a Teferi online. Going to counter that. Yeah, it's a lot of nonsense. So this deck is kind of, to some people, the best deck in Standard right now, and I got crushed by it earlier today, and I'm not necessarily looking forward to what's to come here. So the deck works by getting legends into its graveyard, exiling the legends, and kind of causing a loop with Mox Amber and other stuff like that. Oh, yeah, so a bunch of 5 and 6 drops. Not exactly what we want in this matchup. So they're still missing some of their combo pieces. Diligent Excavator is one of the main combo pieces because one of the win conditions is basically milling us to death, and this card allows that to happen. All right, so we can do either Sarkhan or Teferi here. Neither are particularly powerful plays right now. You go Sarkhan plus do nothing, or minus, it'll just get blinked by the Teferi. Play our Teferi, we could tuck their Teferi and then have our Teferi die to the Diligent Excavator, which also doesn't feel good. But even if we draw like a counter spell or something, their Teferi is keeping us from doing anything. So I'm actually going to tuck the Excavator. It's a fun word to say. Just because that's one of their key combo pieces, and I do not want to be messing around with that. And they're not running red, so I'm not too concerned about burn. They only have the Oath of Kaya's to kind of come out of nowhere. All right, another Excavator and a Mox Amber. Okay, so unfortunately, they've got a lot of the combo pieces and the Oath of Kaya. Great. First game against the most powerful deck. I don't even know what we want here. Things are looking pretty bleak. All right, so Ugin and Chandra are two big plays here. We can go Chandra minus, kill the Excavator or the Teferi. Plus doesn't do much. Go Ugin and minus, also do the same, but it's much easier to kill on the backswing. So I think we definitely want to go Chandra here. And basically it's, do we want to kill the Excavator or the Teferi? So I believe as far as them winning on the next turn, the Excavator is probably the bigger problem. I could be wrong. I'm not super experienced with this matchup. So yeah, there's the Oath of Kaya, taking rid of the Chandra. So they're still missing their key combo piece here. I believe they have pretty much everything else they need. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh my God. So many. All right, so I think I just hopelessly attack in, just waiting for their combo to go off. Really? I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I will take it, but that deck could absolutely come out of nowhere and have won that. I had like at least 3 to 4 attack steps before they were dead. Interesting. So Essence Scatter is going to come in because we need to counter their, is it Tesh? I'll find out when they cast it. Bring in the Ashiok because Graveyard Hate is exceptionally good in this matchup as well. Let's see. Everything that we're afraid of is under 3 mana. Fry kills Teferi, so let's think. I think Spell Pierce is all we need. They don't play enough non-creature spells for me to really want to bring this in. I kind of want to keep my curve low. Yeah, Chandra, I don't think is the greatest catch-up card here, and it's kind of a slow win condition. I mean, Ugin might even be too slow in this matchup too, but Cleansing Nova is good. Deafening Clarion kills a lot of their cheap stuff. Saheeli provides blockers, but this is such a weird deck. So Shock actually doesn't kill anything. It kills their Fibbletips, but they just get them right back. So, yeah, I think Ugin's too slow. Teferi feels useless. So let's just lower our curve, go up in counters. Let's try this out. Again, I'm very new to this matchup, and I know that it is very scary. It kind of feels like playing like against a modern combo deck. It feels weird having a standard deck that has such raw power so early in the game. So we're definitely going to keep this. We have early plays, and not just early plays, but we have kind of the hate bear of Planeswalkers with Narset keeping their draws off, so Fibblethip doesn't do much. Their Teferis don't do much. Play this tapped. We'll save Op for turn 2. Just keep our life total up for now. No sense in shocking. This deck, as you can see, plays the full suite of temples, trying to smooth their draw steps for the combo, kind of like in Modern when you play against... man, my memory is terrible today. Ad Nauseam, that's the deck. They are the only Modern deck that's running the temples. All right. So, Fibblethip, annoying. Do I want to Spell Pierce? I guess it doesn't hurt to have something like this. All right, well, Spell Pierces for days. So I think we Narset here and minus. Oath of Kaya is the only thing they have that could kill it next turn. We already have a Sarkhan, so I'm going to take a Deafening Clarion. This could kill any Diligent Excavators or problematic creatures. It does not kill their main combo enabler, whose name I keep forgetting. I'm awaiting them to play it so I can remember. Always lucky. Yeah, just got that Oath of Kai right when they need it. Okay, so we've got the Teferi. I don't want it to just die next turn, so I'm gonna plus. We have Spell Pierce, so any opposing counter magic is not a problem. Mox Amber. So I could try to counter this now. They would have to pay 2, which would keep them off the mana of the additional combo enabler. Kethis, that's it. Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, this deck is nuts. So luckily, they need a couple more legends in their graveyard to get this really rolling. So I don't actually want to... Oh, they're going to mill stuff with Ashiok next turn. So I think what we're going to do, kill the Ashiok, bounce the Kethis. None of this feels good, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Ashiok basically lets them mill themselves for a ton. So the problem now is that there's enough legends to kind of start the loop going. But at least we can kind of slow them down. Feels bad when Fibblethip can kill your creature, though. Or not your creature, your planeswalker. Yeah, Kethis. Kind of, I remember first reading it and being like, okay, Abzan, kind of one of my favorite color combinations. Legendary matters is pretty cool. And beyond that, I was like, I don't really know how to utilize this. And then people smarter than I, of course, figured out some crazy, insane combo to just... That'll get the job done. That's what that'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. You know what feels bad? Having to use 2 Deafening Clarions. Oh my god. Hoi. So, I believe they can start looping Fibbletips now. Tap your Mox Amber. Play Fibblethip. Play an additional Mox Amber. I think the loop may have begun, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're dead. Not 100% sure. I'm going to let this play out. We're going to see. We're going to see where it takes us. So it's nice to have Narset in play when this stuff starts going off because it keeps the Fibblethip from cantripping every single time it comes in. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. So we have a good amount of counter magic. I do like that. I don't even know what we want. Fry gets rid of Kethis. And we can counter the next one they play. Yeah, this deck is just, it's pretty silly how resilient it is. Our Ashiok would be a pretty great draw right now. I'm feeling pretty good right now. So 2 out of what I assume 4. I hate to cash another Narset, but I think we have to. Fry or Karn. Do we just get Fry? Get rid of their Ashiok or... I think we have to hold out until the potential of another Kethis coming into play. Oh man, I would love for them to mill Teferi. Let's just get them to waste some mana. Yeah, at this point, anything we can do to kind of slow them down. They're still in a much better spot than us. They can start drawing cards, bouncing the Oath of Kaya. Their Ashiok, though annoying, it's not what I'm particularly afraid of. They can play that again. Oh, please don't have a Kethis. Although they have a Kethis, they can't do too much here. Do I just kill the Teferi? Feel pretty good if I had a way to also start doing some damage here, but... Decisions. I think we go one more turn, maybe. I wonder if I should have sided in like a Legion War Boss or something like that to kind of, in situations like that, to just kind of chip in more damage and kill the opposing Planeswalkers. Okay. So they may be able to start comboing off here again. The Teferi keeps me from playing Fry here. Yeah, they can start doing some pretty bonker stuff. All right, so I could cast anything. Bring back Lazav. Lazav can copy stuff. All right, so if our opponent can't win this turn, Ashiok Dreamrender would be the absolute best draw for us. We'd be able to completely get rid of their graveyard. I don't know if our opponent is slow rolling us. If they... I mean, they're in a commanding position. There's really no way. I don't know what they're doing here. They can exile like Oath of Kaya and Teferi from their graveyard. Play Mox Amber, Lazav. Yeah, I think our opponent's just slow rolling us here. But, I mean, this is only game 2, so, I mean, I don't know why they're slow rolling it like this. Yep. So I think we're probably dead. Thinking back what we could have done maybe to not have died. Like we could have killed the Teferi, but we would have had to use the removal spell that's now in our hand, so it wouldn't have changed too much of the nonsense. Pretty sure they can just make infinite mana here. Now they have 2 Mox Ambers. Or do you have to exile 2 additional ones to make that ability go again? Oh, okay, I see. All right, so they're going to try to mill me out. Bye-bye, Ashiok. Put up to 1 target creature, planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under control. Destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Exile Yawgmoth. Yeah, I've seen enough. Okay, so I felt pretty good with that gameplay. So the problem was lingering planeswalkers. So let's bring in some aggression. We're going to be in the play. A couple shocks. Go down a single Spell Pierce. Cleansing Nova, although great, is expensive. I think we just, in a pinch, need to hang on to that. Fry seems good. Do we need all 3 of these? Maybe. Baffling End seems slow, only handling 1 thing at a time, so maybe we go down. And maybe we... Oh, the shocks would have been nice, but I don't know if we need them. It's such a weird deck. All right. Narset needs to find stuff. Teferi is annoying for them. Saheeli provides win conditions for us, but maybe we go down 1 of each. Try this. Again, sideboarding in this matchup is definitely not my strong suit. Suit. Strong suit. All right, let's play first. The old tap land. We got our colors, though, and I think having the Essence Scatter is not bad. I think our best draw right now is probably a Shockland. Our opponent also is mulliganing to 5. Which, if we can interact enough, I think is going to be a big thing in our favor. As you can see in that last game, our counter magic really put them off their game plan for a long time. Like that deck can win on turn 3 or 4, I think. And that was pretty far into the match, like maybe even round 10. So we definitely want a shock land. All right, so let's opt. We want a shock land, not a shock. All right, well, you get what you get. So here, they can't play Kethis next turn because they do not have black or white mana. We can play Narset, try to find some stuff. Saheeli, try to further our board position. A Teferi, draw a card. Teferi, draw a card is probably the best move right now. They also don't have Oath of Kaya mana. And there's a shock land, so... All right, Ashiok. So now, obviously we plus this. If they played a Kethis and an Amber... So here's the thing, like, do we try to further our board position, try to get the pieces that we need and risk? I don't think they can go off next turn. I may deeply regret this, but I think just the potential of finding what we need, which is not a Narset, but Narset's not a bad thing to have. It keeps their Fibblethrips from drawing cards, and so hopefully they're still off white mana. All right, so lucky for us, I think they are actually still off white mana. Nope. All right, so we definitely want to hold up Essence Scatter. So let's Baffling End Lazav. They don't have mana to become anything, so he's gone. So if they don't play anything, we can hopefully opt into like our land next turn. Mox Amber, okay. Tameo. Okay, still no main combo piece. So even if I opt there, trying to find a Spell Pierce, they have the mana to pay for it, so. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Holy shit. Great. Definitely take that. All right, so we got this is tough. This is tough. You can play Sarkhan, kill the Ashiok. kill just Tamio, keep the Ashiok alive. Don't leave up Essence Scatter. Maybe we go Saheeli, leave up Essence Scatter. So at least we can potentially get some action going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can cast this twice. Oh, goddamn, these friggin'... Whew. Well, that could have been bad. Definitely weak to an Elder Spell right now, that's for sure. So, we counter Kethis. They play it again. They have 1 mana. There's a Mox Hammer in the graveyard. Do we counter stuff they play from the graveyard? Like, do we let it sit on the battlefield? This is weird. I'm not even sure how to, like, play this matchup. I wonder if we let it resolve, then counter something it plays from the graveyard. So, like, say they try to get their Teshar into play, which is one of the more scary creatures in this game. So we exiled Fibblethip and that. Ooh. It's a tricky one. Okay, so counter the Teshar. We have a Teferi. Can't even respond to this. Only has 1 mana up. I think they still might be able to, like, very slowly make a ton of mana. Play an additional Kethis. Exile a couple more things from their graveyard. Make more obscene mana. Then play Kethis or Teshar. So you can see the just absurd resilience of this deck. I think we may even be dead here. So I think our opponent could have played, like, just made a ton of mana. Or not a ton, but at least enough to keep kind of looping stuff. But what do I know? I'm not a experienced Kethis player, so... No, they can. Huh. I feel like our opponent definitely didn't do any of that right. Like, I'm pretty sure they could have killed us. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we try to kill Tamio? That's just a problem. Do we Narset? Pray for an Ashiok? So let's pay 2 life. I think we still have the mana we need. Oh, yes. Okay, so that was definitely not good for my opponent. Let's just try to get this out of here. All right. So let's see if that is enough. So they can minus Ashiok here, have 2 legends in there. I don't know what they have in their hand, but whew, now this is magic. This is peak Magic the Gathering. Oh, good God Almighty. Oh my God, wow. I totally forgot they had Elder Spell in their deck. Well, they can definitely put more stuff in their graveyard, that's for sure. So I have 2 Ops in exile. So I still have an Ashiok in my deck. All right, so God, this is the most silly. All right, land is always fine. Oh, I don't want to play Karn and then just get it blown up. Man, that Elder Spell. Pretty good draw for my opponent. What was that, 4 Planeswalkers? We were almost swinging for like 20. Oh, man. Okay, so they have 1, 2. They're still missing their, like, a lot of combo pieces. We exiled 1, 2 Ambers, 3 Excavators. So this is their last Excavator. I could potentially Baffling End that. And they would be missing... Yeah. Who will concede, me or my opponent? Well, it's a lot of Teferis. And a Mox Amber. They might be able to... this might be the first time I ever go to a draw on Magic Arena. All right. They might have this, and it feels bad. The highs and lows of this game, I'll tell you. Well, there goes my interaction. Make mana with Mox Amber. Okay. Kill my Teferi. Exile 2 legends. They have 1 billion. So there's still no Teshar, which is the really scary piece in this game. All right, so I can Baffling End the Kethis. Make a dragon. Kill a Teferi. These are all fine things, I guess. Jeez. Two, three, four, five. Can make constructs. I mean, they can just Elder Spell this, pump up either of these. Freaking all of their Teferis. 1 Ashiok. Still alive, still alive. I think if we drew our second Ashiok, we would be in a pretty good shape. So does this just go to a draw? I'm very interested in seeing what happens here. Like, it's 1-1, game 3. These are all new things to me. So we brought back 3 fairy. Still has a Mox Amber. I have 25 cards in my deck. I don't think they can kill me this turn. But I could be wrong. This deck gets scary. So they're tapped out. They can't do anything. Do I just kill out every creature? Yeah, I guess so. And then their plan is probably just to try to mill me. They might mill themselves. All right. This has been one hell of a game. Tamio, okay. They can return a card from their graveyard. Return a Kethis, which they can cast. Huh. Okay, so they're on the try to mill me out plan, I guess. How many Deafening Clarions did I keep in my deck? Ooh, baby. Is that game? I think I'm just going to mill him out here. I think I might have got there. Oh my god. Holy crap. I think that was the most epic game of Magic I've potentially ever played on Magic Arena. And wow. Okay, what a video. That was crazy. Didn't even get to see my deck go off, but you got to see just kind of the grind fest that is this deck. Wow. Okay, so against the Kethis combo, we came out on top. So yeah, if you're looking for just a freaking rad, grindy deck, tons of utility, yeah, man, that was awesome. I'm so happy that I got that entire freaking game on video. Whew. Feeling wild right now. Well, yeah, thanks for watching this week's crazy battle on Wasting Wildcards. Winning with the Ashiok Mill. Wow, what luck. That was nuts. Yeah, so I'm planning on trying to record a couple more videos a week starting soon. I'll definitely do some more on the Jeskai Planeswalkers deck because we never even got to see a bunch of Planeswalkers fly at someone's face, which is kind of why you all came here. But I think just basically a very long and intense video against that combo deck really just kind of shows the utility and versatility of this deck. And yeah, man, that was rad. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.